Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we are jumping back into the individual readings, and in this video we are going to do Jaehyun's individual reading, which some of you have been asking for a lot. I get a lot of messages being kind of like, hey, I really like that reading you did for this and this person. Can you do a reading for this one? Oh, this video is so good. Can you do a reading for this person? And it tends to be Jaehyun, so I was like, oh, I guess he's very popular, or I guess it's time I need to do this video. And after a long awaited time, now is the time to actually record it. So let's just jump into it before any interruptions just go through and just tell me, no, push it back one more time. Okay, that's an inside joke. You guys don't really know about it, but yeah. So in this video, we're going to talk about his current energy, his career, his love life, and any healing messages that come through. And of course, we will start with his current energy. So I'm gonna try to shuffle with my left hand because that's how it's supposed to be done. And let's just go for it. Let's do things how they're supposed to be. So how is Jaehyun currently doing? What is going on with him right now? We have the Six of Swords reverse, the Seven of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. So to start off his reading, with the Six of Swords reverse, it kind of shows that he is going through some difficulties with letting go of the past, or letting go of something that could be a little bit emotionally not emotionally, but mentally taxing for him. So he could be overthinking of something that he should be letting go of and moving on and away from, something that could be causing him some stress. But I have to say that whatever that is, he's like slowly pushing himself and trying to overcome those things. With the Seven of Wands, specifically with this deck, there is a sign of having the strength to push forward, the strength to overcome issues and hardships and challenges, and being able to like open up a new road, open up a new path. Here I'm talking about specifically the fairy tale for of the imagery of this card, because I usually don't see the Seven of Wands that way, but in this case it's like opening a new path or a new venture, or trying to allow access to a different part of life. So I do feel that Jaehyun is slowly trying to move away from something, but he's still like thinking about the hardships and those difficulties, but he's actually taking action towards moving away from it, from those hardships, even though he may be still kind of like iffy, like if he should move away from it or how should he do it. He's still taking actions to let go of that thing that could be bothering him. I don't really know what it is, but whatever that is, he's working on it. The other card that we have right here is a Knight of Wands, so another action card. It's a pretty fast moving energy. This Knight of Wands is Sagittarius energy, so this tells me that he's going for change. He's trying to stay optimistic. He's trying to stay pretty happy about the situation he's in. He's moving forward. He may be looking into other options, or looking into not necessarily knowledge, but because it's Wands energy, knowledge is not a thing that comes through. He's just taking action though. So he may be talking to other people to figure out what's the best course of action, what is the best thing to do, how can he overcome this issue. So I do feel that he's, I guess, informing himself and talking to other people to figure out how to get out of this situation or this difficulty. And I think he will be the type of individual that when he sees the opportunity, he'll definitely take it. And there's this sense of the opportunity to run away or the opportunity to escape. It doesn't have to be taken literally though. It could just be to walk away from whatever situation is bothering him and just going for it. This makes, like, the cape of this person makes me think of like wings of fire. So that makes me think of someone that's going very quickly, filled with passion and inspiration to just move forward and away from a situation. But it also makes me think of a phoenix, so a sense of rebirth is kind of coming through. But what is the issue that Jaehyun's like trying to get out of? I am a curious person. What is Jaehyun's problem, or like what is he trying to let go of? We have the King of Wands reversed. We have the Ten of Coins. And we have the Six of Wands reversed. Okay, I'm thinking of something that maybe failed before. The Six of Wands upright usually talks about a victory, or celebrating something, or being given credit for something that you have done, that kind of energy. But with it being reversed, it made me think of someone that maybe they didn't get justice, or didn't get the credit they deserved, or there was a sense of failing at a mission or a project or a goal. So maybe there was something that didn't go well for him before when he tried it. With his King of Wands energy reversed, it tells me that before, when he tried to approach this goal or this mission or this conflict before, he wasn't ready for it. He wasn't ready to take action. He's barely a Knight of Wands currently. He's not a King of Wands. So there's still a lot that he has to learn. There's still a lot of maturity that he has to go through, a lot of knowledge that he has to gather to understand when is the right time to take action. This is making me think of those people that want justice about something, but just because something's not fair, it doesn't mean that just saying it's not fair is the best way to solve these situations. Sometimes, gathering knowledge, being patient, and having the right moves is the way to go. And I feel that that's something Jaehyun's learning. Sometimes just saying, oh, this is not fair, is not necessarily the best way to solve a situation. It's all those things that just because you're right doesn't mean that you'll be victorious, if that makes sense. I don't really know how else to explain it besides Jaehyun may have been fighting for something he truly believed in, and that was a challenge he may have encountered, but he may have failed at it because I feel he didn't have enough of a backing or enough of a strong foundation to support the stance that he was taking. I am talking about it like if he took a side on something, but it could have just been a goal that he wanted to go through, and he just didn't have enough knowledge, evidence of, or support, or he didn't have enough skills or time. He may have lacked something, and that's why he may have failed before. But now with the Ten of Coins, it tells me that now he is financially supported, his career is doing well enough, so he may want to try again. But there is a sense of he does need to grow a little bit more in order to be able to, I guess, there's a sense of being cautious. I think Jaehyun may be warned right now to not take action too hastily, to think about it thoroughly, to make sure that he is in his best energy, and making sure that he's not just being impulsive, taking action without thinking. He does have a lot of Wands energy, so even though I don't see Jaehyun as someone that just does things without thinking, there is, at least the cards are kind of saying that he has that energy, so he may want to hold back a little bit. With the King of Wands upright, is usually Aries energy in astrology, usually. So even though Aries is not seen this way, the King of Wands is seen as someone that is mature, someone that knows when to take action, someone that is always passionate, always inspired, and is always doing what their heart is telling them, if that makes sense. Whatever their goal is, they just go for it. But with it being reversed, I do feel that Jaehyun does need to get a little bit more confidence. He needs to get a little bit more of the, I guess, the ability to be able to see when is the right time. I do feel like he has timing issues, because I do feel like he may feel very passionate about things, and he may take action earlier than he has the actual backing for it, if that makes sense. I don't feel that he has a strong foundation or a good support to back up his evidence or back up his point of view. This really does seem to be coming down to a debate or something. I don't really know if that's the issue, but if those are the examples that continuously come up, then that could be the actual issue at hand, right? And maybe not necessarily like a bucket list goal. But then we have the Ten of Coins. The Ten of Coins is pretty good energy. It's a happily ever after of sorts. It's a sense of legacy, a sense of inheritance, a sense of building up something big, building up towards a very strong foundations that can support generations of people, I guess you could put it that way. So I do feel that he may be aiming for something that it's bigger than him. So what I mean is that he may be going for some sort of life purpose goal, and it's taking him some time to understand how it works and to be able to see what like what's going on. Let me put them right here because this is like the issue. But I think that now he has a stronger foundation, at least through his career and his work and financially as well. So he may have a better chance if he tries it now. But it seems like whatever issue it may have been, it's something that has been bothering him for a while. Okay, so Jaehyun's current energy. It's so hard to shuffle with my left. We have the 8 of Coins, the 8 of Wands reverse, and the Queen of Wands upright. So he has the Knight of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. All the court cards for the Wands energy. Interesting. So currently with this 8 of Coins, he's walking away from a situation that may have been bothering him before. He is moving away from something that doesn't emotionally satisfy him. This is the first cup energy that we have in his reading. So this tells me that that's like a very big deal. It's very action orientated with all of the ones in his reading. He's very action orientated. So he likes to do things and get things done. But with this 8 of Coins, it kind of feels that 8 of Coins. Did I just say that? If I said 8 of Coins, that means that whatever he's walking away from is something related to his career, something that wasn't emotionally satisfying him, something that wasn't fulfilling him, maybe his goals as a person, or maybe his heart, like whatever he's passionate about, it wasn't in alignment with that. So he was walking away from it, and he is entering a situation that is equally as challenging, but it's at least going to be more satisfying to him because he knows that what he left behind was definitely not it. Here we have the 8 of Wands reverse. So I do feel that because he's walking away from something, he is entering a place where he's kind of just sporadically using his energy. He doesn't really know where to take action, so he's kind of trying everything at once. And with this 8 of Wands reverse, it kind of shows that yes, he is kind of using his energy on everything, putting eggs on multiple baskets, trying to make sure that he doesn't put all of his energy into one thing and then it fails. Again, there's a sense of like he has failed before at something. So the thing that he's doing right now is that he's doing a bunch of things at once. However, the situation with that is that now it's kind of difficult to make any project work because he's not putting enough energy to make it work. But then again, I do feel that there's nothing necessarily wrong with that at the moment, because I feel that he is maybe just venturing out and figuring out what is the right path for him, or which one is the one that he'll be a little bit happier with, or one that he'll feel a lot more satisfied with. So this seems to just be normal, like that's just what's going on, not necessarily a bad thing. Usually the 8 of Wands upright talks about someone that has one goal and they're putting all of their energy into that one goal, and because of that there's a higher chance it will be successful because energy's been put into it. But yeah, with it being reversed, it doesn't necessarily mean he won't succeed. It just means that he's right now trying to figure out where to put all of his energy in. But for now, he's just figuring out the multiple paths he could potentially take. The other card that we have right here is the Queen of Wands. So whatever paths those are, it's in the sense of creativity, a sense of him having fun, a sense of what he's passionate about, again, what inspires him, because we're talking about wands. He's going with his instincts or his impulses. So if he feels this desire of, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, he'll try it out just to figure out if that's what will actually be right for him. You know, the best way to figure out if something's for him is just doing it. And I think that's what he's doing right now, just trying everything, seeing what works, what doesn't work, what sticks, what doesn't stick. And this Queen of Wands, it feels like it may be related to the music industry. It could be related to anything creative. I don't know if he does art, but maybe that could be it as well. It could be fashion and beauty and all of that, because the Queen of Wands is Leo energy. It's making me think of 5th house related stuff, the stuff that he enjoys, entertainment, things that he has fun with, things that he's passionate about, and all of that stuff. So it seems like he's going down that route. So Jaehyun's current energy. I want to see if there's anything else. Last messages for his current energy. Oh, card just fell. We have the Four of Swords reversed. He may be having a little bit of anxiety. Usually, to me, the Four of Swords reversed talks about someone that's overthinking something and is having some sort of anxiety. When it's upright, the Four of Swords talks about someone having to relax and taking a break off and being in this meditative state to be able to analyze the situation or just to calm down a bit. Calm your mind is the best way to describe the Four of Swords. But with it being reversed, to me, it usually means someone that is overthinking something, or someone that is not relaxed, someone that has a lot of activity going on in their brain. They're thinking too much, and sometimes that can cause anxiety. So I do feel like he may be reaching a point where he's very nervous about the next step that he's taking. So he's currently in a situation where he is just overthinking it a lot. So he's not super stable right now. Again, he's stressed about something, so it makes sense that the Four of Swords will be here, actually, especially reversed. That makes sense. Last words. We have the Knight of Cups, and we have the Four of Cups reversed. So with this Knight of Cups, there's a sense of like an offer maybe coming through, and he's thinking about it, or he is looking for opportunities and offers in other places. This Knight of Cups usually to me is like in relation to romance and stuff, but with him I don't think that's a situation at all. I think it's just literally opportunities of someone that comes in with a genuine heart, someone that is actually trying to offer him an opportunity where he can relax, an opportunity where he can actually do what he's aiming for. I feel people are going to start coming in, especially with all the, with the King of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands. This Knight of Cups is someone that will be able to offer him what he's emotionally looking for. It doesn't have to be romance related, even though I usually see the Knight of Cups as romance. In this case, I don't feel that's the case at all. It feels like it's more like someone that is bringing him something a bit more stable, something that is genuine, something that's sincere, something that could help other people as well. And I think that will be something that Jaehyun's looking forward to. Like, he's looking forward to doing something that could benefit others as well. And with this Four of Cups reversed, it feels like he's actively looking for those answers. He's actively looking to see what life has to offer. But I do feel that Jaehyun may struggle a little bit seeing those opportunities. So there's a sense of like Jaehyun is actively doing something and actively trying to look for answers and actively trying to reach a goal. And it seems like he's looking for the people, and all of that could be putting a little bit too much stress on him with this Four of Swords and this Six of Swords reversed. Both of them make me think of someone that is overthinking things a little bit too much, or he's trying to he's putting a lot on his plate and not letting life do its own thing. So it seems like that's where Jaehyun is at the moment. But let's figure out a little bit about his career to see like what's going on there. What's going on with Jaehyun's career? Actually, we have luck is on your side, New Moon Sagittarius. What's going on with Jaehyun's career? We have prosperity lies ahead, New Moon in Taurus. I want one more. Meditate and contemplate, New Moon in Pisces. So he got 3 New Moon cards, which tells me that he is entering a new chapter in his life. He's going through this new beginning in his life. He's slowly venturing into a new chapter in his life. With Sagittarius, Taurus, and Pisces, we have 2 mutable signs, so there's a sense of adjusting and changing to the world around him, going with the flow. Mutable signs are in astrology, or signs that are learning how to just go with the flow, and they're very adaptable and they are adjusting to their environment constantly. So I do feel that that's what he's going at, that's what he's learning, that's what he's working on currently, especially in his career. He seems to just be having this thing of having just faith and trusting that the world is in his favor, the universe is working with him, and all of that. Also, with his meditate and contemplate, especially with what we got in his current energy, it seems very obvious to me that life is encouraging Jaehyun to currently work on trying to be relaxed, trying to calm down, trying to just trust in the process, trust in the universe, and trust in fate and destiny, that he will eventually find what it is that he's looking for. And also with this Pisces card, there's a sense of him having to dream again, using his imagination as a tool to look towards the future or to figure out what he wants in his life by having a vivid imagination to visualize the type of lifestyle he will have and all of that. So I do feel that that's something that he has to work on in his career. So he needs to visualize what type of job he will like, the type of people he will like to work with, and the way that he visualizes his future to be like in terms of his career. So I feel that life is kind of encouraging him to do that. And also, with the new moon in Sagittarius, there is a sense of just having complete faith that things are going to work out, and having a broad perspective and being able to see like the bigger picture of what life is going on about. So he did get the 10 of coins earlier in his current energy, and I was thinking that there's a sense of legacy. So usually when someone in their life purpose is to build a legacy, it kind of takes time, because to create a very strong foundation, it also takes time. It takes time to be in the right state, and being in the right mind, and finding the right people to do a long-term stable whatever thing he may be working on. Maybe a project, may it be at home, may it be money, like whatever it is that he's building upon, and whatever it is that is part of his purpose, it's going to take time to find the right tools for it to work out, and it's going to be something that will either continue growing over time outside of himself, or it will be something that will take a long time to deplete. So let's say he's making a lot of money, then that will pass down to whoever it is that he wants to pass it down to, and they can make more money out of it, or they can slowly start spending it and using it, and it's doing its purpose, whatever it is. But it will take time. Just like it takes time to build it, it will take time for it to fall apart. I feel that that's important if it comes to money. But yeah, with Lucky's on your side, there's this sense of like Jaehyun needs to know that things are working out for him, things are going well for him, especially in his career. So he has to just continue having faith, continue dreaming what type of lifestyle he has, so like that he can slowly manifest it. And then we have new moon in Taurus with prosperity lies ahead, which tells me that there is a long road for him to cross, pass, walk. There's still a long journey for him ahead. And with these new moon in Taurus, there's a sense of being, not necessarily being stubborn, but being determined and to continue moving forward one step at a time. Taurus is a very slow moving energy, but it's very consistent. It's always chugging along, always going forward. Taurus is the type of energy, especially when we talk about career, is the one that when they have a goal in mind, they go for it full force, and they don't mind how long it takes to make it happen. In this sense, Sagittarius and Taurus are both very trusting energies that just believe that things will go okay. Give me a second. Yeah, beautiful signs. Okay, I had to keep in mind like if I got that right. Okay, so what's going on with Jaehyun's career? What's going on? We have Earth, definitely slow and steady, being stable, one step at a time, grounded, being practical. And then we have Cancer. So there's a sense of nurturing his career, if that makes sense to you guys. So there's a sense of being stable, being grounded, and also being very nurturing, not only to himself, because when I see the imagery right here, it makes me think of someone that is transforming, growing, and is like, you know, has the strength to move forward, has, you know, someone that has a shell on them, so they're taking care of themselves, they're protecting themselves, someone that has very strong boundaries, especially with this Cancer card. So there's this sense that Jaehyun needs to work on his boundaries, so that he can allow himself to just work on himself and not worry too much about others, or not be bothered when others are going through rough situations. So just to make sure it doesn't get to him personally, it doesn't get in the way of his goals and whatever it is that he's going for. Also, with this Cancer card, there's a sense of self-nurturing and working with other people as a family. So whoever he considers as family, those are the people that he may want to continue working with, because they are going to create this safe space for him. But again, there's this sense of like transformation for him with this Earth. So I think he's slowly transforming into an energy of someone that is taking things one step at a time, someone that is able to be a bit more practical and see what is a path that is best for him, being able to organize himself, and being able to be a bit more ambitious with his career as well, but also bringing all of the stability home, right? And when I mean home, I mean to himself I don't necessarily mean to his like house, home, or family. I mean this more about himself. Being able to bring that type of energy to himself, and being able to bring a sense of, I don't know why self-gratitude was one of those things, but self-love, self-care, and boundaries is the best way to take care of himself, to make sure that nobody like interferes or interrupts what he's working on right now. Also, with this Cancer energy, he may be working in his career to create a sense of home and a sense of feeling protected and taken care of, something where he can emotionally open up a little bit more. I think he wants to create a space like that, or he is aiming to create a space where he feels like he can move forward and be a good leader. Cancers are cardinal signs, and cardinal signs are initiators. They are the ones that create change. They're the ones that initiate change. And Cancer is very good at saying, this doesn't feel good, this is not satisfying me or making me feel safe, so I'm going to change everything real quick and make sure it is to, in this case, to his liking. So I do feel that he's working to create a space where he feels safe, that he feels satisfied, and he feels also with this Earth card where he feels stable. So he's creating a safe space in his career. Let's see what energies are going on in Jaehyun's career. We have the mouse. Okay. Energies in Jaehyun's career. Actually, oh, that one fell. Let's take that one, and let's take that one. Okay, let's figure out. So the first card that came out was mouse. So for this card, we have an earth element. So again, trying to become stable, trying to do that. But with a mouse card, there's this sense of someone that is very hardworking and knows how to work with other people. But the meaning that kind of came to me first, actually, with this mouse card was when it's out of balance. When the mouse card is out of balance, we're talking about someone that feels very nervous, someone that is looking to the very small details, but is bringing them this sense of nervousness and feeling alarmed all the time. So again, being nervous, this sense of being anxious, which we saw earlier in his current energy. So I do feel that what is bringing him a bit of stress is his career, and I think that's why this one came forward. Also, if you look at this mouse, it feels very small and it's in darkness, so I think he may be working on some shadow work, or he may be working on some baggage of his own, but he's going through a difficult moment where he may find it a bit difficult to look at the light at the end of the tunnel. That kind of energy. We have the tarantula. Here we have a fire element, and the tarantula is working towards life purpose, which I mentioned earlier in his current energy, which makes sense that this one is here. He may be slowly coming out of his shell or coming out of his comfort zone, and it's been a bit difficult for him because, again, it's not something he's familiar with, but he feels called out to do that. That's where his passions lie. That's where he feels that will get him to where he wants to get at. So he's slowly coming out of his shell, he's coming out of his comfort zone, and he could be a bit shy. To me, tarantulas are shy creatures, so he's struggling with that. However, with this red, yellow, and orange, there's a sense of he's working on his confidence, he's working on loving himself, and he's working on grounding himself and working with his 3D physical world. So he seems to be grounding his purpose, whatever that could be. Here we have the raccoon, another card that talks about coming out of the shadows. So the raccoon is the energy of someone that when it's okay, I was laughing because I was like, I know what these cards mean because I've gotten them before. Here the raccoon is an earth element, again being grounded and bringing stability and bringing a sense of peace. Also with this raccoon, when it's being used in a good way, it's talking about someone that is using a brand, someone that is working with a project and a product. But when it's not necessarily reversed, but when it's out of balance, the raccoon energy talks about someone that is hiding behind a mask, and someone that, in the encouragement with whoever gets the raccoon card, is encouraged to come out of that. So I'm going to mention that because that seems to be like the theme with the cards that he got right now. Is coming out of his shell, just trying to be himself, trying to be a bit more confident, try to show that side of himself and become his own brand, if that makes sense. Like, speak his truth and make sure that he's showing his face to kind of say, I believe in the truth I am speaking. That kind of energy. And then we have the cobra. I thought of Cobra Kai. I don't know why. But here we have earth and fire elements. So I feel that if we look at how the cards look, we will see that to bring himself stability, he needs to look at his shadow work, he needs to look at the baggage, he needs to look at what he's afraid of, and he needs to figure out what it is that is holding him back, and slowly take steps towards healing that. But one of the best ways he can do that and heal those is by just taking action, just doing things. So he may hold himself back because of fears and stress and feeling that he's not ready and he doesn't have the skills. But the best way to just push forward and overcome that fear is by just taking action. Because here he has another fire element with a cobra. And the cobra is making me think of someone that's shedding their skin. So again, it's coming out of his shell, transforming and changing, which seems to be the biggest thing for Jaehyun in his career. To just kind of come out of his cocoon. Just come out and be free. Just come out and be happy and do what he wants to do and show his true self, if that comes down to it. And when I mean his true self, I'm not saying he's been lying to you guys. I'm just saying he has been holding back a lot because he doesn't feel confident to show that side of himself. And I feel that he's just being encouraged that in his career he starts coming out of that energy and being a bit more confident and more assertive and a bit more straightforward with what he wants to do. So let's continue with Jaehyun's career. And let's figure out what's going on with Jaehyun's career. Oh, we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. There's nothing wrong with it. In case anyone was worried, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just stuff is not going out like he plans them to be. What's going on with his current... Oh my god, his career. What's going on with Jaehyun's career? Just put the bottom one down there. So what's going on with his career? Can you tell I'm struggling to shuffle with my left hand? Can you see the struggle? So we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. We have the 8 of Wands upright. We have Judgment. I'm gonna put Judgment right here. And then we have the 5 of Cups reversed. Okay, so with the cards that he has right here in his career, things are not going how he plans them to be. Things are still being a bit tough. He may feel like he's going against the current. He may feel that things are difficult. But I don't feel life is necessarily... Okay, yes and no. Life is holding him back and putting obstacles so like that he can get over himself, if that makes sense. So he can get over his fears, so he can overcome the challenges that he's putting on himself, the resistance that he puts on himself because of doubts or fears or whatever. Life is putting challenges and resistance so like that he can like face those fears and overcome them. That's kind of what I'm getting at. That's why this Wheel of Fortune is reversed. But I also feel that, again, those same fears and those same challenges that Jaehyun has to overcome anyway are the reason why things are not going as smoothly as he will want to. So I do feel there's a sense that life could be like, okay, let me put you this challenge and see if you have overcome that fear. And then if he hasn't, that's something that he has to work on. Those are the side quests he has to go on before he can encounter this. I've been watching a lot of video games lately. I feel that's why I'm over here making it a video game. Be like, he needs to do the side quest before he can go on to the main story mode, right? So before he can like encounter the things that are fated for him, the things that are meant for him, he does need to learn a little bit more. The Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter energy, and Jupiter talks about expansion. It talks about learning from different cultures, from different people, things that are outside of our familiar zone. I don't know what I'm going to say like that, but you know, things that are foreign to us. Also, Jupiter is the energy of higher knowledge and philosophy, so thinking from a different perspective, being able to see things from a different point of view. Again, seeing this bigger picture. Jupiter is the ruling planet of Sagittarius, just pointing that out. And also with this Wheel of Fortune being reversed, I do feel that Jaehyun is just going through a lot of karmic issues in his career. So I do feel that a lot of things he may have repressed? So whatever he may have like held back on before in his career, all those things are like coming back to the surface, and he kind of has to acknowledge them and encounter them and actually, you know, validate those feelings and work with them, if that makes sense. So he's doing some spring cleaning in himself. We also have the 8 of Wands. So the 8 of Wands tells me that he is focusing a lot of his energy in his career. So since this whole area is about career, I do feel that whatever we saw in his current energy was in relation to his career. So it kind of just carries on. When we enter his love life, we'll see what's going on there. But yeah, this 8 of Wands repeating itself tells me that he is putting all of his energy in his career. So he's definitely working on that money, on that financial stability, on that career, those great career goals. He's working on that. And we have the Five of Cups reversed. This tells me that usually the Five of Cups upright talks about someone that is seeing the negative outlook into life, someone that's being a bit pessimistic. But with this card being reversed, is telling me that Jaehyun is trying to be more positive. He's trying to be a lot more optimistic. He's trying to see the prosperity that lies ahead. He's trying to have faith that things are going to get better. And I think that's why he's focusing a lot of his energy into his career, because he's trying to trust that things are going to get better and that he will slowly have the confidence to make things better as well. So he's trying to work through that baggage. I feel that what we saw here is something that he is working on, and he's doing pretty well in his career. Then we have the Judgment card. So Judgment is Pluto energy, again a sign of transformations and change, and also answering to your inner calling, or answering to that life purpose that he seems to be trying to learn what it is and trying to make it work in his career. That's why I put it right here, because there's this sense of like hearing. Oh, I thought I heard something. I said hearing, and then I thought I heard like a knock. But yeah, this is like waking up, that wake up call. So I do feel that Jaehyun is finally kind of understanding the baggage that he has to work on, and how it could be very beneficial for him in the long run, and how it could be very beneficial for him in his career. So I do feel with this Judgment card that there's like this little angel calling out to him and telling him, this is what you could do. This is what, there's this sense of being filled with love and protection and being taken care of. And it seems like that's kind of slowly making him wake up and realize, okay, that's what I have to work on. This is what I have to do. This is what will make me feel better, and all of that. So I think that he's slowly working towards that, to be able to bring prosperity. Bro, the Lovers is at the bottom of the deck, but that's not okay. So the Lovers talks about opportunities, so I do feel that's very important. But I wanted to get cards out just to figure out what's coming for Jaehyun in his career. Like what blessings are coming for him, like what lays ahead, what are those prosperities that lie ahead for Jaehyun. And it seems like opportunities is one of them, because the Lovers was at the bottom of the deck. So we'll see what blessings lie ahead for Jaehyun's career. There's 3 cards, that's good enough for me. So we have the Seven of Wands reverse. So there's a sense of like whatever secrets were in his job, those are coming out. So the truth is coming out in his career. You have the Queen of Cups reversed. There's a sense of another thing that he may be working towards is trying to be more intuitive, more creative, more emotional, and being connected to that side of himself. Again, setting boundaries seem to be very important for him. So I do feel that in his career, he's just learning to be a bit more perceptive and being able to work with his emotions and understand the people around him a bit better, and also to be a bit kinder to himself. This Queen of Cups does tell me of someone that is a bit more gentle, but very knowledgeable nonetheless. And the other blessing that's coming for him is in his career is the Eight of Coins. The Eight of Coins talks about someone that is working hard to make their career work. In this imagery, I'm not too sure what fairy tale this one's talking about, but to me, swans talk about transformation and change, and the Eight of Coins usually talks about someone that's working very hard to perfect their craft, someone that is working hard to continue being successful in their career, someone that is learning or teaching other people how to do something. So this Eight of Coins tells me that he's going to either learn a lot or teach other people a lot, or just continue working very hard. And remember that the Lovers was at the bottom of this deck, so that tells me that he was working he's working so hard in his career that one of the blessings he's going to get is just new opportunities, which seems to be important for him because an offer was coming through in his current energy. And I do feel that he wants to work with people that he can emotionally connect to a bit more. With this Queen of Cups reverse, I feel that there's a little bit more of that. So people that speak their truth, people that are being completely honest, truthful, straightforward, emotionally stable, and all of that. He's looking to work with people like that. But anyway, let's jump into his love life and see what's going on there. So what's going on with Jaehyun's love life? Oh, okay. I want the bottom one too. So what's going on with Jaehyun's love life? We have expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. We have full moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan. Okay, chill. We have fiery climate approaches with full moon in Taurus, and then we have new moon in Scorpio. Work through your fears. So let's talk. So with the expect powerful change, it seems like Jaehyun is kind of currently going through a period of shedding old skin, letting go of the old and bringing in the new. Seems like that's his theme as a whole in his reading. But with the expect powerful change in this new moon, it definitely feels like there's a new beginning in his love life. He may be encountering a new chapter in his love life. May it be encountering a person or encountering a situation that will improve in his love life. I do feel that this could be romantic, but we'll see when we see the rest of the cards. But one thing that will definitely help is the self-love that he's giving himself, and the self-care and the self-respect and the confidence that he's working on to benefit his career is something that will also benefit his love life, and that is a very powerful change. Because when he knows where he's coming from and what his baggage is and all of that, it makes it easier to work with other people and understand other people. So this expect powerful change tells me that in his love life there will be a lot of new things coming through because he is working on himself as an individual. So it will make it easier to work with another energy if it comes into a relationship. Now, the things that he may be letting go of, full moons talk about the end of a chapter, or not necessarily. It's reaching like the peak of his energy. So here we have Taurus and Aries energy, both energies that are very similar. Like they kind of get along, because they can be pretty similar, and with the stubbornness that they carry. They're very determined energies, and they're also very stubborn at times, very impulsive. They're single-minded sometimes with their goals, so they're very similar in those senses. But here we have a more explosive, impulsive energy with Aries, and then we have a calmer, more steady and slow-moving energy with Taurus. Anyway, so with your dreams need a practical plan, I do feel that if there's something Jaehyun wants to do in relationships or in his love life, he does need to think about things a bit more practical. So let's say if he wants to find a partner, then he needs to look for a partner. If he wants a partner that will respect him and love him, he needs to do that for himself first, those kind of things. So he needs to be a bit more practical. It's all those things that he may want to start a journal and figure out, okay, what am I looking for in a partner, and also what can he offer to a partner. He may want to start doing that as well. Also, if he wants to start a relationship, he probably should start thinking of relationships, if that makes sense. Taurus is the energy of it's Venus energy, because Venus is it's the ruler of Taurus. So there's this sense of being beautiful. There's this sense of being able to work and connect with other people. Venus is a very good sign that brings little fortunes and little beauties and things to enjoy life and be happy with life. Venus can also be a very vengeful energy sometimes, but I don't think that's the case. I think the most we're gonna get is anger with this Aries energy. Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is more of a straightforward, driven energy. It's a warrior. It's the energy of someone that's just going forward and following what they desire and making those dreams come true. With the fiery climate approaches, I do feel that there's something outside of Jaehyun's control, like a wave of energy that's going to hit him eventually. I'm not saying that in a dangerous way. I'm just saying that something outside of his control is going to happen. Something like maybe if someone comes in that's outside of his control, it's going to just happen. If it's just a situation that's going to come in without him needing it, it does feel like life is planning something for him in his love life. And new moon in Scorpio, this is the new beginning. Work through your fears, which seems like that's what he's working on right now. So I'm not going to talk about that one too much, because that's something that we have been constantly talking about in his in the previous two sections of his individual reading. So what is this new change for Jaehyun's love life? I want this one. We have Aquarius, so seeing things differently, being innovative, being fair, being humanitarian. He is a Aquarius sun if his birthday's in Valentine's Day, which I did see. I didn't know, but now I know. So what changes are coming to Jaehyun? Oh well, 2 cards came out. That's fine. So the changes in Jaehyun's love life, we have Taurus energy, Sagittarius again. So there's this sense of being optimistic. To me, Sagittarius is a very optimistic card. I keep saying card because I have cards in front of me. It's a very optimistic sign, especially if you have a moon in Sagittarius. Apparently, that's some research I was doing. But then we have Aquarius, Sagittarius, and Taurus. So this tells me that the change that is coming for him is one that is going to come very strongly and out of nowhere. It's one that's going to bring him a lot of good luck, a lot of knowledge, a lot of expansion in love. So it seems like he's expanding his love life somehow. So opportunities are coming in his love life as well. Maybe offers. That could be one of those things. This Taurus thing tells me that it is going to be slow and steady. It's going to be very stable. It's going to be probably a commitment that is meant to be long lasting and for him to grow and learn and to see things very differently. Aquarius is an energy of being able to these are fixed signs. So these are signs that are whatever they believe in is something that is very hard to shake them off. They are signs that strongly believe in what they think and their values of any sort. Those are things that it's kind of unshakable for them. It's very hard to shake them off, whatever it is that they believe in. That's the thing that I see up for fixed signs. It's very hard to change their mind. So whatever it is that he wants to learn about or whatever it is that he is going through, he's going to be able to establish his beliefs in himself, in love, and in his situations a bit better. He's going to ground those energies because he's going to learn a lot and see different perspectives that will add to his view and will be able to give him a better perspective of what to believe in. That kind of thing. Again, being lucky, happy, a bit impulsive, maybe someone that can bring faith into his life again and make him believe that things are going to get better, that there's things to look forward to be a bit more optimistic and more trustful of the universe and destiny and things that are outside of his control, to let go of that. And also maybe someone that likes to work with other people. That's something that he could start learning about, loving and caring for others. That seems to be something he may learn. So what's going on with Jaehyun's love life? We have the peacock, confidence, having eyes on him. He's going to enjoy having people look at him more. And we have the oyster. He's cleansing his own energy and his emotions as well. We have air and water. So he's going to learn how to communicate better. He's going to learn how to communicate and express his emotions as well. I was struggling so much to speak right now. But yeah, he's going to be a bit more welcoming to people looking at him, especially I think he's going to be more welcoming as well for people that want to have a relationship with him. I'm not saying that everyone's going to have a chance. I'm just saying that he'll keep an eye out for someone that he may want in a relationship. And I think he's going to, with this oyster, it tells me that he's going to still be very guarded because again, he's learning how to work with his boundaries. He's learning how to put those walls up to make sure that people are not taking advantage of him and making sure that he's respecting himself and making sure other people respect his energy as well. That he's working on that. So this oyster tells me that he's taking care of his energy, he's cleansing himself, he's cleansing his vessel as a person, and this peacock energy tells me that he's being a bit more confident, he's speaking up a bit more, he may be a bit more comfortable under the spotlight and getting that confidence and that boost, and I feel that he may be getting that in his love life as well. Again, a consequence of what he's working on in his career and just in general, that's what he's working on, so it's going to be reflected in his love life as well. Okay, so any other things that are going on in his love life? Let's see. Yeah, his love life, what's going on? We have the world. That's Saturn energy. Whatever's destined for him is going to happen. Whatever limitations were there before, they're just being broken now. So whatever life may have been holding on for Jaehyun's love life before, it's all going away. He needs to start learning and experiencing life a bit more. Destiny and fate may be opening the situation for him to start maybe dating around or just to start experimenting on that side of his life. We have the Queen of Pentacles, so it seems like someone could be... Okay, let me explain. We have Taurus right here, and the Queen of Pentacles is Taurus energy, so it seems like he may be having a relationship with a Taurus, I was gonna say a fellow Taurus, so I feel that he may know this person already, or it's going to be someone that's going to be very dear and close to him eventually. This Taurus energy tells me that this is someone that is a bit stubborn, someone that is very determined, someone that is very beautiful, someone that really loves themselves, and someone that's very confident. Someone, again, Taurus are very stubborn. Whatever, however this individual sees themselves, is very hard for anyone to tell them otherwise, because this person is very sure of themselves. So I do feel that he's going to end up with someone that is going to be very confident, and he's going to learn a lot from that person. Again, he's going to learn a lot about taking care of himself, making himself feel confident and feeling beautiful and feeling confident again. Confidence seems to be the big thing for Jaehyun, not only saying it but believing it. So I do feel that life may be bringing, also with this Queen of Pentacles, we're talking about someone that loves to give gifts, someone that loves to take care of other people, someone that likes and enjoys communicating and working with those people, but someone that is so caring and so loving that I do feel Jaehyun is going to end up with someone that is going to be like that, someone that is bringing a lot of abundance into his life as well, someone's going to help him manifest. So I do feel he's going to end up with someone like that, which is very nice, honestly. Someone that's very stable, very grounded, practical as well, someone that enjoys beauty, someone that enjoys luxuries in life. So this person could teach Jaehyun how to enjoy life a bit more, I feel. But yeah, Jaehyun's love life. What's going on in Jaehyun's love life? We have the Five of Conflict. Oh my god. So the Five of Swords talks about someone that is going to win at all costs. So I do feel that he may end up with someone that is a bit persistent, or he's going to do everything in his power to get this person, something along those lines. If it's a person, of course. It could just be a situation, honestly, or a state of mind. For all we know, Jaehyun is the Queen of Pentacles. We also have the Two of Cups reverse. We have the Knight of Swords reverse. So he's gonna be taking his time. We have Gemini energy. Communication may not be so smooth with this person right off the bat. It's gonna take a while. There's gonna be a lot of conflicts and competition of like who's right, who's wrong. So at first I don't think he's going to see this person as a potential partner, but I think over time he'll see it. If this is the person that he wants to have in his life, he'll work for it, and he'll have to work for it. Honestly, that Two of Cups reverse tells me that at first he's not going to feel a connection of equal give and take. It's going to take a while for him to feel the emotional connection he has with this person. It's going to take a while. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just how it is. But yeah, the Knight of Swords reverse tells me that he's not going to be reckless about this action. It's going to take a while for the relationship to build up. Again, slow and steady wins the race. That kind of energy. I'll take the bottom card. So on the bottom we have the Sun reverse. Even though the Sun is reversed, it's still a very positive card. So there's this sense of reconnecting with his childhood wounds. That's not what I wanted to say. Reconnecting to his inner child. I think Jaehyun's gonna find a person that's going to help him reconnect with himself. Usually the Two of Cups in this deck makes me think of friendship, very good friends and soulmates, because you have these two little girls and they seem to be having fun and enjoying their food, and it seems like they're divinely protected by like this beast almost, but a garden beast almost. So it makes me think that he's gonna find someone that he may start having a friendship with and slowly builds up into a relationship, and he may bicker a lot with this person. I think he's going to really enjoy his time with this person, but this Sun card reverse tells me that he's slowly working in his inner child. He's slowly learning how to have fun again, and how to love life again, and how to be happy, and how to have fun and find entertainment in life, and how to find the beauty of life again. I think he's gonna find someone that's gonna help him with that. How to enjoy the little things about life. Taurus energy is very good at just enjoying life and just laying back a little bit and having fun with life, right? Very good with enjoying food, very good with enjoying quality materials, very good at enjoying money, and anything physical. So I do feel like he's going to be with someone that's going to teach him how to reconnect with his inner child. And this Sun card is all about being positive, all about being confident, all about being just happy. So even though it's reversed, I do feel that that's just something that he's going to be working on. in his love life. So let's just jump into his healing messages to see what goes on there. Usually in the healing messages, we just get confirmation about everything else that happened in the reading. So let's just figure out what goes there. Or sometimes in the healing messages, there's a sense of like, this is the advice you need to give this person. That kind of energy. So let's see. Healing messages for Jaehyun. You have the elephant reverse. Okay. Messages. Healing messages for Jaehyun. I want that one. And that one too. Well, those three, I guess. That one. Let me look at these cards and then I'll take out more if we need it. So we have the elephant spirit reverse with learn from the past. So this elephant spirit, to me, elephants kind of show this like strong-headed energy of someone that is just barging and breaking all obstacles ahead. But I do feel that this elephant spirit reverse is more of, it's reversed because it's been a bit more gentle with Jaehyun. It's like, instead of breaking all of these obstacles so you can push through, let's actually go one by one through all of these conflicts and these difficulties in order for him to learn. So learn from the past tells me that he's just going through baggage, healing, and growing from the past. And again, we talked about his inner child in his love reading, but in his previous two sections of this video, we have talked a lot about just having confidence again and just working through his baggage and growing into this new person. So I do feel that this elephant spirit is just kind of saying that he's working towards the past and learning from it. So whatever he held back onto before, it's coming back to the surface so he can shed light into it and see it differently, because he's a new person and becoming a new person. Here we have the koala spirit, which spirit has a plan. So it definitely feels like the resistance or things not going the way that he may have wished for them to go is because life is trying to hold him back a little bit, so like that he can see things for what they are and have a better idea what's going on. But I don't think Jaehyun really like fully understands the reason why things are happening to him. Here we have the badger spirit with be fearless and bold. This definitely tells me that he's trying to get that confidence again. Number 4 makes me think of stability. Badgers are making me think of someone that is very strong somehow. I don't know why I thought of warrior cats. I don't know if you guys know about those books, but I read them when I was younger, and I don't know if there were badgers in it, but I keep thinking of badgers in that series. So I wonder if there was any. You guys don't need to know. I'm just bringing it up in case it makes sense to someone, or who knows, maybe Jaehyun watches this video and is like, oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I just brought it up in case that's important. But yeah, so maybe cats are important for Jaehyun. Does he like cats? I don't know. You guys tell me. I don't know much about Jaehyun. But yeah, this flowers makes me think of someone that's a bit more happy. It's like a modest confidence, right? Someone that is very humble, but still very confident. They know who they are. They're very sure of themselves. But definitely, it's not like a very flashy, flamboyant Leo energy of like, look at me. It's more of a humble, confident, and laid back. Like, yes, I know who I am. I know where I stand. I'm very stable. I have my boundaries, and I'm not going to let anyone pass those boundaries. But at the same time, I'm just going with the flow. I don't have to bring attention to myself, that kind of thing. The other cards that we have is a frog spirit with clear out the clutter. With it in reverse, I do feel that Jaehyun may want to take a shower. I'm saying that because to me, that's a physical way to cleanse energy, right? So I do feel like he may want to just take a very long bath and just try to let go of the past, try to let go of energies that don't serve him anymore, and try to use that as a time to meditate a bit more and to contemplate the situation that he's in and reflect a little bit of what's going on in his life. So with clear out the clutter, I do feel that the type of healing he needs to do or could be beneficial for him is just getting a good shower. I'm saying that because frogs don't stay too far away from bodies of water because they like to, their skin needs to moisturize itself, so they go into the water to moisturize themselves. And that's why I'm saying that right now. Oh, this makes me think that maybe Jaehyun needs to go back to his roots a bit more. Again, healing that inner child, that seems to be very big for him right now. The other card that we have right here is the White Raven Spirit with trust in the magic, and it's been reversed. So I think this is what he's working on big time. He's working on learning how to trust the universe, how to trust life, and being a bit more confident because he's letting go of the things that are out of his control and working more towards the things that are in his control. The White Raven Spirit being reversed kind of shows someone, try to believe in the magic again, try to believe in the universe, in destiny, in fate, and life. Just try to trust in those things that are outside of his control and that it will eventually come true. It's okay to venture into the unknown. It's okay to just enter this world and not really knowing what's going on and just going with the flow. I feel that Jaehyun's been highly encouraged to just enjoy life for what it is and not thinking about it too deeply. So, yeah. The other card that we have right here is a Dog Spirit with be loyal to what you love reversed. So I do feel that he's also working on his passions. What is he passionate about? I feel that one of the things is that he's trying to figure out what that is before he can actually start working on those projects. We saw a lot of this energy in his in his career and in his current energy. Those were big, especially in his current energy. It was very big, the whole idea of just kind of figuring out what projects he wants to do. It was when I was talking about the Eight of Wands reverse. This is what the Dog Spirit is talking about, being loyal to his heart, being loyal to what he loves, being loyal to his passions and the projects that he wants to work on. But I feel that the reason this card is reversed is that right now he may not believe that he has the support necessary to make those projects happen, or it could be reversed because Jaehyun is currently trying to figure out what those projects are for him. What are those things that he's passionate about? What are those things he would like to work in? That kind of energy. So let's figure out what other healing messages are there for Jaehyun. Okay, so let's see. So we also have the Rhino Spirit with overcome any obstacles. This is the energy that I was feeling the elephant will have, but since it was reversed, I was like, okay, it's slow and steady, right? Right now, life is not trying to force Jaehyun to just get over his whatever issues he has. Like, life is trying to be a bit more encouraging and trying to give him the time that he needs to overcome those issues. I don't think there's much urgency for Jaehyun to just get over whatever problems he has and whatever fears and confidence issues and self-esteem issues he may have. I feel that life is just trying to give him the time that he needs for it. If anything, I think he's the one that's rushing himself to get things done. I don't think he sees it this way. I think that he just wants something to happen, and he's like, oh, why isn't it happening? Why this and that? And life is just kind of like, we are trying to give you the time that you need so you can overcome and heal and gather the confidence necessary to just continue on with life and whatever projects he has. The other card that we have right here is the Seahorse Spirit with watch and wait. Yeah, there's this sense of being patient. So even though the Rhino and the Elephant Spirit, to me, both feel like just, charge, right? Like gather all the energy and push forward. I do feel that there's this sense of there's no pressure. If anything, Jaehyun's the only one putting himself that pressure. I think it's indirectly, though. I think he just wants things to be good again. He just wants things to work out. And it's just not working out because there's other things that he has to work on, and taking action is one of them, but again, not being too hard on himself is the other one as well. But with this Seahorse Spirit with watch and wait, it definitely feels that there's a lot of good things happening for him pretty soon, or I hope it's soon. But there's things coming out for him that are going to be very good for him and beneficial for him, and maybe things that he was waiting for. It's taking a while for things to manifest, but there's definitely this sense of not giving up or trying not to give up. And the last message that we have for Jaehyun is a Crow Spirit with co-create with Spirit. So Spirit has a plan and co-create with Spirit. This is definitely the energy of whatever plans Jaehyun may have or whatever he wants to manifest for his life, he needs to work with the universe. And what I mean by that is that sometimes he just has to let go of situations. If there's things that he can't do or just make happen, then he just has to trust that they're going to happen for him. Like if he needs to find the right people to make the right business, he just needs to trust that those people are going to come to him. If he's being himself, he's going to be able to encounter people that are like him and or have the same goals as him. So he needs to have those things very clear as well, because someone can, that Knight of Cups can come through and offer him a very good job or offer him a very good project that will emotionally satisfy him. But if Jaehyun is still afraid or hasn't even realized that that's the thing, that's the thing that, or the channel or the vessel that will help him, do what he's passionate about, because he doesn't know what it is that he wants to do in life, then it's going to be very difficult to accept that offer, and life will not even want to waste that offer if they know he's going to reject it, right? So I do feel that there's this sense of co-creating with spirit. So the best way that he can do that is just working on himself and being confident, and then being open to opportunities when they are being offered to him. Giving them a chance, or also trusting his gut feelings. Like if he feels like someone comes in and that he doesn't get a good vibe from that person, it's good, it's okay, he doesn't have to interact with those people. That's when he can put his boundaries up and be like, no, I'm not working with these people. Also, the crow spirit to me is the energy of, an animal that brings in knowledge, and it's an animal that brings a lot of guidance to those people that are doing shadow work. So I do feel that Jaehyun may be doing that right now, and what I mean by that is that he is working towards all of the unknown, all of the mysteries, all of the darkness, all of the baggage, all of the things that he cannot directly see with his eyes. The crow spirit is a knowledgeable creature that is bringing him a lot of abundance and a lot of good luck, in the sense of is guiding him through all of those, all of the mucky energy, all of the things that he cannot see, is bringing him guidance and bringing him the knowledge and cleansing that he needs when navigating through his baggage. That's usually how I see the crow spirit. So I do feel that that's part of his healing, right? If he's working on himself and trying to become better, there's this sense of there is energy out there helping him navigate through all of those things that he doesn't really know about. But I will leave that there. I hope you guys liked this reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys were able to learn from it, if anything at all. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one, and let's just hope that everything goes well for Jaehyun and he gets that confidence. And I hope that whoever was asking for this reading really, really, really liked it, because believe me, I've had it in the back of my mind for a while now, like, oh, I'm gonna do it, and then I forget, and then I don't do it, and then other things come up, and then I didn't do it. And that's why I was laughing to myself in the beginning of this video. I was like, we're finally going to get into it before any interruptions happen. So I'm so glad we were able to power through and finally get this reading out, because many of you have wanted it, and there's nothing wrong with Jaehyun. It's just that I think his energy is kind of like, oh, you want to do those things? It's fine. You can do those things first, and then I will forget his reading. But now we're here. It's done. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, whenever that is. Love and healing from my part to you, and bye.